Oh, is that supposed to be me on the thumbnail? Really?
No. Absolutely no position to be saying anything.
Listen to this.
Especially, it seems that many are going after you now. Jack, a lot of people are coming after me because they can't be me. I'm going to be honest. They can't be me.
Who wants to be you?
They say that I'm fat and and I hang
too
much out with my mother. Most of these motherfuckers don't even know their mama. Most of these guys don't even have a relationship with their...
Maybe their mama is dead.
Daughters and their children. Most of these guys have nothing to stick to.
Oh, he's talking about me.
Except for my mother. Think about it, Jack. Like, think about it like that, Jack. They attack my mom. Why? They can. My mother's...
No, nobody's attacking his mother.
Sitting in the fucking other room. They attack my mom. Why? Listen to the people it comes from, Jack. This guy is short, hunchback, acts like...
Short and hunchback? Really?
He's so rich, but he lives in a little fucking hole in the corner. And acts like he's everybody's, kumbaya. No, trust me. These guys like him and any like them absolutely have nothing to be talking and bragging about.
I got plenty to be talking and bragging about. Name your poison, bud.
And you know what, Jack? They can come after me because I was there. I see a lot of these people talking a lot of junk saying, well, Nikko, listen, how I came and how I left is not, you can make it a concern.
We know why. We know why you came and we know why you left.
You can make it an issue, but I was there. Not just 90 days. I was there almost 6 months, 5.5.
Yeah, until Jay showed up.
Half months, from what I can tell from the stamp. Where was anybody? So let's get this shit clear. If we all gonna fucking clear it, let's get that shit out in let's get that shit out in the open. I got nothing personal as long as it doesn't get
Sounds like to me.
personal. Where the fuck was any of these guys? Where the fuck was the Bantayan girl? I showed him the respect, and the first thing he can do is say, Nikko, Nikko, Nikko. Listen, I never went to the Philippines talking about I was skinny and I had a... Listen, Mr. Bantayan girl is not skinny. Don't let him fucking fool you. Anybody that has met him knows that he's fucking... He's got a hunch to the left.
I do?
Smokes like a fucking chimney.
Really? In a hour's ride, I smoke like a chimney? I think I went out for 2 smokes. So how am I smoking like a chimney?
And every fucking 10 minutes, he's smoking a fucking butt. And he wants to give everybody
Well, let's see what you eat, bud. You shovel crap in your mouth, high cholesterol, high fat, and you want to lose weight. You have not succeeded. In fact, you probably have gained weight. So he's talking about my vices, but let's look at his.
He's not even example to his own children. He's going to talk about anybody else's family? Who the fuck is that guy?
Children. I got 1 kid.
You know what I mean? At least the women that I was with, I'm not.
Oh, come on. What women? The pay-for rental you had in Cebu?
I'm not somebody else's women. See my point?
I got 17 watching here. He's got 6.
No, he's not skinny. He is not skinny. Look at Popeye's last fucking video.
No, I'm not skinny. I'm not frail then.
On a swing. Oh, that was months ago. He is not skinny. He's not obese. So let me clarify. He's not obese, but who defines obesity? Think about it.
Who defines obesity? If you're fucking how much over your BMI, your body mass index, then you're obese, bud.
Who defines obesity?
I'll define it.
Talked about me sitting down. He has his fat stomach. Did you not see him on the swing?
I looked really good on a swing. Wee, wee. Where was I fat on the swing? I reviewed that video. Where am I fat? I got about 2 inches to lose on my belly. That's about it. What do you got, Nikko?
Did you not see his fat stomach? Did you see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't talk about it. I'm just saying, if we're gonna go for tit for tat, did you see me taking a break for cigarettes? No. Did you see me? No, I didn't. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You guys,
And how much you drink, Nikko?
those that have not met him, and he talks about, dude, that's a guy addicted to Xanax. The guy can't even talk. When he gets mad, he pops 2 extra pills, and he acts so intelligent.
Really? He's around my house, and he's saying that I take a certain medicine. Then when I get upset, I go take 2 extra pills. Really? Where do you have a spy camera in my house, Nikko?
Dude, listen, when you work an honest job, because picking up condoms in a park isn't
Picking up condoms in my park. That was my job. Really, Nikko.
honest job. Jack says, do you smoke? I do not smoke. Do I drink? Sometimes on the week.
He vapes, folks. He vapes.
And I have a couple of drinks, and that's it. Do I go to the gym Monday through Friday? Yes.
Couple of drinks. He has a lot more than that.
Do I eat healthy? Yes.
No,
I do the same
he does not. We have seen what he's eating at the store, at the drive-ins. Why hasn't he lost weight then? Why? Why hasn't he lost weight? If he's exercising, if he's eating right, why is he still fucking fat as a fucking sow?
Philippines? Yes, I did the same thing. And he takes a handful all day, MJ. And it's great to see you in the chat, MJ. Dr. Nicotine smokes a Listen, if you met this guy, he has nothing to give anybody advice. But again, it's not just him.
I give the best advice ever on YouTube, and people tell me so.
Many of them try to give advice, and none of them can talk. And I will
I can talk.
tell you, I will tell you, I always kept my mouth shut out of respect.
No, you never keep your mouth shut.
This woman, all right, of his girlfriend, all right, because she's a nice lady. Maybe people will
Damn right she is.
disagree. That's fine. I did not have a bad interaction. She's a good woman. Now, her choices have been,
I don't pay for her either.
I think she could have done a lot better.
A lot better. Come here, Gilda. We're just recording his show while he's doing it. I got 2 phones together, so you'd have to lean over here. Yeah. And Nikko's saying that you could have done better than me. He thinks you're a good woman, but you could have done better than me. Well, let me ask you, have you found better than me in your life? Have you found better than me?
I got a lot of better person, but Frank is a good one.
Am I a good one? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. She made a good choice. She made a good choice. And she's happy with it. And where is he to say where she could have found a better man? Anything to say on that there, Gilda?
Yeah. Yes.
Anything to say on that, Gilda? Right here, I'm on live. I'm on live.
Okay.
What do you say? Did you make a bad choice in your relationship?
No, I'm not. I choose Frank. Frank is a better one.
Now, why am I a better choice for a man?
You're a good heart. You're a good person.
They can't hear you from there. Thank.
Yeah. It's the good ear.
All right, go on. You were saying some nice stuff about me. Continue. I like hearing nice things, of course.
Of course, that's my choice. You're a good person.
That's all that matters,
You're
there,
a very
Nikko.
kind person.
We're fine. We're throwing some jokes here too. Fact is, I'm happy Nikko don't have anybody. He never will. He's gonna die alone. What the fuck with the exercise? What fucking crooked back? Maybe he's thinking about Obama. Crooked back. And how many cigarettes did I have on the ferry? Seriously? I took 2 breaks for a cigarette. Two breaks. And then what did he say? Yeah, how many I was having on the ferry? All right, let's listen some more here.
Trust me, I know. There's nothing wrong with my dick. My dick works. I think he was more afraid
We don't know that. We don't know that.
of how it worked because it was, you know, that's how guys are. They're very intimidating. He's like, yo, I can tell this dude.
I don't think you can see his dick with the fucking stomach that he has, to tell you the truth.
Shit's working. I gotta make sure I can't leave too long. I gotta go take a puff and smoke. I shit and piss. I gotta go back out. He didn't have anything to worry about. Trust him. But me, I don't worry about over medicating guys. I don't. You know, I don't worry about people
over medicating. So I'm over medicating. He said that when I get stressed, I'm popping 2 benzos. Dude, let me tell you something. I talk about this, so I don't mind talking about it. I take a 1/4 milligram of something called alprazolam at night, and it helps me sleep. Like your diabetes, Nikko, you probably have to take some medicine for that, right? All right, so what's the problem? If it works for me, it works for me. What is your problem with it? Are you around here watching me all day? So how could you make these these what you think is credible statements that this is what I do? There's some guys that are on 12 fucking medications, man. I'm 69, gonna pop a digit. What am I taking? 1 med per day for something. Other than that, I take supplementation. Who is he to be expert on me? Does he got a spy camera around my house that he knows what I'm doing? Then shut the fuck up, you fat piece of shit. Mama's boy, shut the fuck up.
People talking about other men and their genitalia and how heavy they are. Trust me, meet him for yourself and you will know he has nothing to fucking talk about.
All right, there is somebody that's going to meet me today, and we'll get an opinion from him. How's that, folks?
Right. And another thing, listen, another thing that I promised I would not say, but there is no fucking gloves are off, man. Gloves are off because I asked nicely. You know, he didn't care. He waited 2 or 3 days and talked about me. All right. Let me tell you something.
What has he been doing with the last several shows? Come on, fair is fair.
If you walk past him the wrong way, he'll fall and get fractured. There's nothing about this guy to be intimidating.
I'll fall and get fractured. Let me tell you, I bet my bone structure is stronger than his, even with all his fat as a cushion. Yeah, dream on, bro.
That, oh, I will destroy you. Dude, you destroyed yourself the moment you thought you were important. I'm going to tell you.
I don't know, how do you measure importance? By the bull crap that comes out of your mouth, Nikko? Then you're very unimportant. Your viewers don't give a shit. Yeah, I got 15 watching now, you got 11.
I'll be back in the Philippines. What do you think you can destroy? I was there, you didn't destroy nothing. Well, it's because you weren't it. Listen, I hope I am the line of your target. Here or there. You're not going to do a fucking thing, bro.
Why don't you try to find out, Nikko? Why don't you come over here? You got a personal invitation to come over here and you see what happens to your fucking fat ass. You're a big mouth, you're a coward, you ran away from Jay. You were going to stay a lot longer than you did, but you didn't. You ran away because Jay was coming into town. Stop making excuses about your mama, mama's boy.
Oh, stop talking like you're such fucking greatness. The reason Bama's in jail is because he did it to himself. And the reason... No. That's not a fact. That's bullshit. He would not have been caught if it wasn't for me, and we didn't plan this out meticulously. Yeah, he doesn't want to give credit to where it's due. That's entire bullshit, Nikko, and you know that. You couldn't do nothing, nobody else could do nothing, but I did. And there's an addition is because you came after the fact. So stop acting like you're just...
No, it wasn't after the fact. He would have been free today if I did not intervene. Let's get that straight. That's right. That is a fact.
Dude, there's nothing any more important about you than there is about me. Think about it, bro. Think about it. There's nothing...
I've already thought about it, bro.
...you have of fucking importance. No.
Got a house in the Philippines, do you? I've got a girlfriend of 8 years, do you? I'm not overweight like you. I'm not scarred up from an IED explosion, and I'm not disfigured like you. Hello?
Nothing. Trust me, when you die, you got...
No, I'm not trusting you at all.
Nothing to brag about.
I got a lot to brag about. What do you have to brag about? Do you were in a fucking service and you got your face blown up?
He dropped the tough guy act a moment he saw you. Listen, Frank Battaglia Swampcast. Many people have attacked me for this. I'm glad you asked. You said that. Listen to this. Frank Battaglia Swampcast. The reason I treated him with respect is because this is the godforsaken truth. You believe what you want. You can watch my videos. You can watch his.
Hey, I treated him with respect.
See who has more of what you would believe. I gave people
More than he does.
the benefit of the doubt. What he didn't tell you about the ferry was I looked at him in the fucking face while he was sitting down on his on the ferry
I don't buy it.
on the bench, and I said, if you got anything to say about me, say it to my face. Let's get.
He never said, come here, Gilda. This is proof. He never said that. When Nikko was on the ferry, did he ever say to me, if you got anything bad to say about me, say it to my face? In all honesty, did he ever say that?
No.
Never said that. You got that from Gilda. You are full of shit, Nikko. See, he's trying to act like the tough gangster. He never said that to me. And I swear on all the goodness in the world in my life, and I hope lightning strikes me on the spot, he never said that. That fucking coward never fucking said that. He never said that.
Let's get this shit out of the way, and let's just fucking squash it like men. You know what he said? Nikko, you know, Nikko.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Talking about putting words in somebody's mouth. I'll tell you what the scenario was. It was cordial. That's it. Not more to talk about it. Talked about a few vloggers on there. That was about it. He never approached me and said, hey, if you got anything to talk about, say it to my face. He never said that, and Gilda's my witness.
It's all, you know, it's all YouTube. Right? Gave me a fucking hug. Even Maria was like, what the fuck's going on? Maria thought I was going to throw him over the fucking boat. But
Oh, bullshit. Come here, Gilda. Did you get any sense of any kind of friction, of any kind of ferocity from him? Do you think he was controlling the venue? Do you think that he was being a tough guy or anything like that with me?
No.
She said it right there, no.
No.
In fact, you could add whatever you want here. In fact, my girlfriend was talking to his rental.
Yeah,
And,
we talked to her also with the Filipino dialect, but didn't say anything.
No, he wasn't trying to be a tough guy with me. He never said any of that. And I swear on my own life, he never.
He just said he didn't do anything here in Philippines. That's it.
That he don't do anything here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm not
He
sure.
didn't want to get trouble in the Philippines.
Yeah, he said he just doesn't want to get in trouble in the Philippines. Hey, you're hearing it from us. We were there. And we happened to run into him when he went visited Santa Fe, in case you don't know what's going on. And he got on the ferry. Put his hand to shake, that was it. Sat down, we talked, the girls talked. None of that tough guy shit. He wasn't pulling that tough guy shit. That would have worked out with me. I don't care who the fuck he is. Because I'm pretty outspoken. I would have said something to him. I don't care how loud it was. The whole ferry would have heard me. He never said anything like, yeah, if you got anything bad to say me, mouth. You are so full of shit, Nikko, and I disrespect you even more now. Because you proved it. What a fucking liar you are. What a fucking liar.
gave him the benefit of the doubt. Swampcats. I really did. And
Oh,
what did he do?
shit.
2 or 3 days later, fucking Nikko tried. Fuck you, dude. Dude, I'll stick by what I say. Bama would take
Really?
you in a fucking heartbeat.
Obama would take
Instead
me.
of talking all this shit, why didn't you stay? Why you didn't go into the friggin' into TJI Fridays and the
Oh,
restaurant?
now we're going to get into TGI Fridays. Okay. Something that Ricky set up. Who's the one that got off the table to go up to Barry? End of story. He's just digging at the bottom of the proverbial barrel. I mean, look, Gilda was there too. Gilda, who got up from the table when we found out that Barry was there? Who got...
First, that one, Ricky is there.
Yeah, Ricky went over
and
there.
then you are the ones go there in the table. No bar.
Well, to the bar. I mean, yeah, where we were sitting, yeah. There you go. You got it from my girlfriend right here. proves you're a fucking liar. You know, I can't, you know what? I can't stand your fucking guts, Nikko. You know that? You are such a worthless piece of fucking shit.
Barry didn't go there in our table. You are the one go there in Barry's table.
Yeah, well, not table. He was at a bar.
No, bar.
The bar, yeah, right. Barry didn't approach me. I'm the one that approached his fucking ass. So let's get that straight right here. You know, Nikko, you are a piece of shit. You really are a piece of shit. You're a piece of work. You're clueless, you're fat, you're ugly, you're disfigured, you don't eat right, you're full of shit, and all the exercise you do ain't gonna take no fucking pounds off you. And if you want to try to pound me, you come fucking here. You get your ass up on your next trip, and you come over here and see what you're met with. Come down. I'm easy to find. Come down. Do you like coming to Santa Fe? I'm not going nowhere. Run your mouth to me in person. In person. Yeah, in person. Let's see how far that gets you, motherfucker. You won't leave that island. I'll guarantee you that.
All this talk that you did. Now, did I talk a lot? Yeah, I talked a lot about here. But when I got there, how many people confronted me? No, nobody. Nobody. Oh, Nikko's hiding. Why do I have to chase anybody around? That says a lot about...
Well, because you moved around a lot and you never stayed in one place. So when Jay was coming, you ran for your fucking life.
Everybody. And I listen, I looked at, I sized them both. Bama is not a tall guy. He is taller than friggin' Frank. Frank is short.
You guys saw the pictures. Nikko, you're really grabbing for straws, aren't you? 5'7". Barry's about 5'4". At best, if he's lucky on a good day, 5'5", but he's around 5'4". People commented on, even in TGIF, people saw a picture of me and Barry together, so Nikko's lying again. Nikko, you're not winning on this little argumental situation. You're full of shit. Barry, come here again, Gilda. You've met Barry.
You have a picture with Barry also. I think in the picture in Ruska before.
Yeah, she took the picture. Who's taller, me or Barry?
You taller a little bit for Barry.
Not a little bit, by about fucking probably 4 inches or 5 inches.
Yeah.
Would you agree on that?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. She's the one that took the picture. She's also met Barry.
I mean, why you give some time for Nikko? It's just nothing, just only bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshitting you.
I know.
Don't
Always,
give some time of that kind of...
I know. Waste my time with
negative.
Nikko. Even Gilda said he's just full of shit. It's a waste of fucking time.
I'm telling you, Frank Short. He's got a hunchback to the left. He walks sideways. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I walk side. Let's see. I got a hunchback now, and I walk sideways. Oh, so I'm a crab.
Who's ever met him can agree. Okay? Bama would take him in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, Bama would take him in a heartbeat.
Pam's girlfriend could beat him up.
Oh my God. You walk
100%.
sideways? How about me?
In a fight, who would win? Bama. Bama. I'm telling you. Listen. I have no loyalty to Bama, no loyalty to the battalion bitch over there. I got nothing against either one. But if Bama...
Nothing against? You're fucking downing me. But no. If there was a fight between me and the real hunchback, he'd be torn apart like fucking threads.
Met battalion girl in a real match, Bama. All friggin' day. All day. This is not about views. I sized them both up. And if whoever met Bama, I will ask anybody that has met. Has anybody in the chat that is sitting in the background watching, has anybody ever met battalion girl, and has anybody ever met Bama separately? And I can
Battalion girl.
guarantee you, whoever's met either one, they will side with Bama. Fazio said Frank was only 5'3". Is that true? I think definitely.
5'3". Now I got reduced even more.
Bama is smaller. I mean, taller than battalion girl. The battalion girl definitely smaller than Bama. 100%. He's maybe an
You
inch.
called me a girl? No, you're a fucking pussy. That's why you ran when Jay come by. End of story on that part. I guess you don't know how to measure, and maybe your eyesight with only one eye working, you fucking freak of nature. Maybe one eye working, you couldn't fucking see. I'm clearly towering over Barry.
So Bama's 5'6", 5'7". The battalion girl's like
5'6", 5'7", in his wildest dreams.
5'3", 5'4", 5'5". Now, I could be off an inch or two. That means Bama's a little
You're way off.
taller. Bama is taller than the Italian girl, 100%.
Who wants to put a bet on that? Boy, I wish me and Barry get together. I hope Nikko could lay out some big money. Some big money, which he don't have. I do, but Nikko doesn't have it. Anytime, 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 anytime at all. And, you know, we'll just have to produce that picture on another show so we can put this fool to rest.
100%. And the thing was, Swampcast, that I tried to be the better person. There was nothing negative said on that boat until I left.
No, there was actually nothing said negative on the boat at all. But yet, he caught himself in a lie. First of all, he said that he approached me and said, if you got anything bad to say about me, say it to my face. That was an out-and-out lie. That would be a negative thing. But he didn't say that. It was a normal conversation. There was no friction whatsoever from the big boy.
Got off the boat, he got on his tricycle, I said bye to his girlfriend, and I said, hey, take care, God bless.
And that was it. That's correct.
He said, hey, maybe one of these days, maybe you want to come over, have
No, all I said was I have an extra bag that you could have. I wasn't going to invite him over knowing how fucking, how out he is against me and all the shit I heard on his show. But I was kind enough to say, hey, I got this extra carry bag. That's a nice guy I am. And I said that I'd give it to you. I don't need it and I don't use it because he was complaining that he wished he had a bigger bag that would carry more stuff.
Some dinner, and I said, hey, we'll keep in touch. Nothing more was said. Nothing more. Then 3 days later, all of a sudden, I'm a fat guy. I never said I was skinny.
No, because he started talking shit.
And all this shit that he could have said to my face, he didn't. And all this shit anybody could have said to my face was not. So.
Oh, I could have said a lot.
That's all I'm going to tell you on that.
But I kept it cordial.
To me, it's a friggin' joke. It's a friggin' joke. And the thing is,
no, you're a fucking joke.
No matter what he says about me, he's got nothing. He's got nothing but what he talks about people.
Well, I think I've claimed everything I have, a great relationship. But that bothers you, Nikko, doesn't it? Because you don't even have a woman. Well, unless you rent one.
There's more. Listen, there's more that I can say. Hey. You got.
Oh, there's more I could say.
Buying the house. There's so much more that I try to be nice about. And when I left, when I went home, I even talked to Maria. And Maria goes, I'm not going to lie to you. She's a sweet woman. I said, yeah, I thought she was great. She goes, but he kept hugging you. He kept being nice to you. He
kept hugging him.
I actually was very surprised. I thought, she goes, you were sitting down and you were just trying to take a picture. And he's like,
I went behind him. We took a picture together. That was it. Bottom line.
Hi, Nikko. It's all games to him when he meets you. And all of a sudden...
No, I'm just very cordial. I'm very social.
After he's done, Nikko, you should have said that should be a fucking man and said that shit to my face and you didn't. You're a little... That's why I call you the Italian bitch and the Italian girl. That's why you don't...
Why don't you come over here and see how much of a bitch I am? Why don't you? I'm easy to find, motherfucker. You think I won't stand up to you? Huh? You think there won't be any recourse from all this bullshit talk from you? You think I have a bad memory, you fat fucking disfigured piece of shit?
You don't have a relationship with your family. That's why you don't have anything unless somebody gives it to you. Because the only reason you got... Do I think he's a closet gay? I mean, I would be. Because looking at him and looking at his age, I wouldn't want to get any play from him. If I was a woman at 40 or 50,
I think that's for her to decide, not you, Nikko.
Wouldn't want nothing from him. He's got nothing to brag about. Even as heavy as I am, I still got more pussy than he got in 7, 8 to 10 years that he was there.
Dude, I've had over 125, 126 women in my life. How many have you had? How many have you had? Come on, be honest. I've talked about that for years, especially my days in Seattle. What have you really had, Nikko? I'm not into renting a fucking woman like you do.
He can talk about my face. He can talk about my service. This is what guys like that do. Guys like that, they talk about people that they only wish. And you know what he said? Nikko, I know why everybody's mad about you. They don't know you. It's because they live through your eyes, including himself.
Live through his eyes? He can't even see from one of them.
Including himself. He could only... I'm thinking of going to Baguio. And when he went to Baguio, what did he do? Bitch and complain about it. Almost 7, 8 years, he's been outside his fucking box 1 or 2 times. And then he's going to talk about, I don't have... What contribution did you do besides...
What contributions? The list is too long. How long you got?
It's lying. Get Social Security for working in the park picking up condoms, and then you go over to...
Hey, man, I wasn't working at fast food place, my friend. Whatever I did, it was honest work, and it got me a house in Seattle. It got me a fucking house in Hawaii, and eventually got me a fucking home in the Philippines. What's your resume, bro?
Another country, and then say, I am... What contribution did you give? Think about it. The comparison, if we weigh each other out, who do you think is going to come out on top? Not you.
Oh, I definitely would come out on top.
I can tell you that right now. You know? That's usually how it is. You know, that's the thing, guys. And then he feels like he's in, like, hold on, I got somebody in here. He feels like he's greatness because he fucking thinks he can get... Dude, he doesn't do anything. So why would anybody think about this guy? Or anybody like him? Oh, well, they talk about me because you're a fucking joke, man. Think.
Well, if I'm a joke, then I got a lot of jokesters out there that follow me. What, a joke because I tell the truth? The truth. That wonderful word, the truth. You get butthurt from the truth, do you, Nikko? Oh, well, take your punches.
Think about it. And then, like, I never talked about your mama. I mean, if you know your mama, because obviously you know your...
If I know my mama, she raised me. How could I not know my mama? But I've never been a mama's boy like you, Nikko.
About her, and she don't even talk to you, so that says a lot. Your kids don't even talk to you.
Maybe I don't talk to them. Did you ever see it that way?
The best thing that came out of your...
Kids? I have one. Where's this other child? You're talking plural.
Brother's death is that you don't actually talk to him anymore. You got what you needed. You got your...
Don't talk to him anymore. He died, moron.
Half of the fucking house and you left. And you ain't even responsible for the people you left...
Half of the house? Whoa, I should back up on that one.
...behind in Hawaii. And you brag about...
What about half of the house? My brother never owned half of the house.
That it's all speculative. Dude, shut your fucking mouth and sit in your little hole and enjoy the rest of the fucking 10 years that you got.
10 years? Bud, I bet I'll outlive you. I have no doubt about it. I'm not obese like you. I don't eat the kind of shit that you eat. Oh, I fudge every now and then, but my diet is actually extraordinarily healthy in my supplementation. And I don't drink like a fish like you do.
Everybody, if you thought I was bad, and you thought you could not sleep anymore, scared, when you hear this guy's name, it makes your asshole pump up and blow a fucking aneurysm. You hate him, but you love him on Sunday and every fucking day. Hop on.
Who is it I love?
A1.
Hey, how you doing, Nikko?
Oh, you mean your, there he is. There's, Nikko's adopted daddy.
Me, I'm having fucking fun. I told you I was gonna have fun today. I told you.
I'm gonna get high.
So,
I've been listening to a little bit of what you said,
yes.
you know, and, look, there are days he takes his Xanax,
Here we go with the
and there are
Xanax.
days that he doesn't take his Xanax.
No, I take it every day, actually. Thank you.
He should just be taking 1 Xanax a day.
That's what I do.
Okay? And he wouldn't have these problems. Everything would be hunky-dory with him. Okay? And
Well, what Popeye fails to tell people, how many medications is that dude on? And how many medications is Nikko on?
You know, he got a little upset tonight because you called him out on,
No,
yelling
I called him out on quite a few things. Thank you very much.
at a child in the streets. Now, it's there in the Popeye one short.
Oh no, he wouldn't talk about that, Popeye. Why would he say that?
No, he did talk about it. He said he was joking. People don't get his sense of humor. Dude, that was no fucking joke. That was Frank
25 watching here, 7 watching his show.
off his Xanax. Okay? That was Frank off
Well, I have to have a question for you, Popeye. How many medications do you take a day?
his Xanax. That was Frank in the Frank zone. Period. Okay? This motherfucker is the most confused idiot I have ever
I'm not confused about anything, sir.
had the pleasure to run across. And trust me, it's not a pleasure. Okay? This guy, for 8 fucking long years, once he gets something in his sights, he never lets it go.
You got that goddamn right for once, Popeye.
Never lets it go. Even to this day, he still doesn't let Dave go. And Dave's been off YouTube
I just happen to have a very good memory.
for how long?
Well, you know why? You know why he can't attack Dave? Because I'm pretty sure he's watching in the background. I'm gonna connect this real quick, Popeye. Harry says he said condom cleaning is a better contribution than your military career. Think about that. What he said, Harry. What has he contributed except for picking up condoms and working at a park?
Picking up condoms.
That's the first thing.
Dude, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me stop you there. Look, I served 20 years. You served 13.
Here we go with his fucking Navy career.
Uh-huh.
We both did it honorably.
Uh-huh.
Okay? It's as simple as this. Is condom cleaning better? Is serving the military better? I mean, dude, what's even funnier, we both worked in the ordnance field.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm here to tell all you civilians, anyone in any branch of the service that works in the ordnance field has a confidential or above clearance. Period.
As a security guard.
Oh yeah, all day.
You will never ever get any information on that kind of personnel and what they did in the military. Now, this guy comes up, he makes stories, Popeye swapped the decks, Popeye was nothing but a cook.
30 people watching me, 8 people watching Nikko's show.
No.
Because he can't get any info. You see that? You're 100% right.
So this guy is a bigger storyteller than me. At least when I tell you a story, I say to you, there's truth to it.
There's no truth to what Popeye says at all. He embellishes his whole career, what he did, and what he's doing with his life right now, other than playing bingo and riding his little electric scooter.
And there's exaggeration to it.
Exactly.
And it's a story that's going to make you laugh. It's a story that's going to invoke thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you food for thought.
Yep.
Okay? This guy has no inkling on how to do that. Period. He's about as useful as a cup of warm piss.
Well, he's as useful as a condom he picks up in the fucking park.
You know?
Hey, condoms are useful. Stop that.
And, dude, I'm not even going to insult what he did for parks.
Oh no, Popeye would never do that.
This is what I will say about it. Dude, if he stuck with it, he would have gotten a fantastic
Pension.
retirement package.
Well, you know what? I'm doing better now than I did when I was working financially.
Yeah.
But instead, he feigned hurting his back. And he's...
Oh, and he knows that. I faked hurting my back. Okay. What I say, put proof to the table.
And he sued them. I have seen these guys come and go. They are professional scammers. They take a good job like that provides benefits.
Thank you. It was a good job. Thank you very much. It actually was.
And that's not a bad job, picking up condoms in the park. Trust me, especially if,
Picking up condoms. I love that one.
if you're doing it for the city, the county, or the state, you're guaranteed a pension if you stay with it. Right? And what he was doing was what I call entry level. It was non-skilled work.
Oh, that's a lot of bullshit, buddy. Non-skilled? No. Disagree with you on that.
Okay? And, that's all he was good for. I mean, if you spend your Vietnam years in Glory Hole College taking basket weaving...
I'll let you guys listen to this for a while. I gotta attend to something, but listen to this idiot.
101 on where to find the button on a camera and not use that bachelor's degree. And I see why he didn't use it, because when you see him on live chats, he can't spell. He can't punctuate. This is a guy with a bachelor's degree. He can't spell, he can't punctuate. His grammar is so out of whack. I've seen 8th grade graduates that can fucking read and write better than this guy. Right? But he didn't want to stay with it. What did he want to do? He just wanted to get a free ride.
See, that's something that...
Well, I'll tell you what, I've never been on the dole, my friends. Let me tell you that. Never been on the dole. Can't say that about the others, but I've never been on the dole. What I worked for, I earned, and that was it. I wouldn't be getting Social Security disability at first, and I wouldn't be on regular Social Security now if I didn't work for it. Never been on the dole.
That's not saying.
He has been disabled ever since he was 40-something years old.
Non-disability status, Social Security, my friend.
Oh. But he didn't look the only disability that I saw was him puffing a fucking smoke every 10 minutes. He's gonna say no. He's gonna say, let me tell you.
In fact, I'm gonna have a cigarette right now.
And dude, I don't want to rag on him for smoking. I want him to keep smoking. I want to keep killing
And by the way, Popeye smokes Camels.
himself slowly.
I agree. I think he should double up on his Xanax, and I think he should double up on the cigarettes, and I think...
I don't know, Nikko. I think you should just get a gun and shoot yourself and rid the planet of scum. You have nothing to look forward to. You're 50 years old now. You can't even get a woman, which is pretty sad. Are you upset? I know you found my girlfriend attractive because she was. I know you found her to be a nice person because she was. And I was nice too. Okay, and I was just being kind. Okay, you can't say anything bad about her because there really isn't anything to say bad about her, is there? No, there's not. What a lying piece of shit this guy is. Nikko, I'll outlive you, I'll guarantee it. I will outlive you, and you're only 50. I will outlive your fat ass. I'll guarantee you that.
You should do what many people only wish to do. Die by addiction. Die by addiction.
Yeah, and you'll die by your addiction to alcohol.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty sure eventually he's going to
And see, Harry Blas is saying it. He says he also scammed disability and went out on a stress
And nobody scammed disability.
sleeve at age 41. Okay, so
48,
he's had
and it was no scam.
mental problems his whole life. That's why a lot of time
Mental? Well, I'm not sure. What you call anxiety. And I don't have too many problems with that at all. And anxiety is not necessarily mental. It's actually quite physiological.
whatever flies out of his mouth, I have to be pragmatic about it, and I have to take in consideration
Pragmatic? When has Popeye ever been pragmatic?
that he gets stressed. He's not normal. He's a bit
Not normal. I don't know. Somebody that comes on to produce hate shows every day, such as Popeye. I don't know. What's normal about that? Maybe that's normal for YouTube, perhaps. But I actually think it's his real character. This the guy has nothing to do but watch soap operas and go back on his laurels of 40 years ago when he was in the service in Subic Bay, Philippines. So all he talks about is his Navy career. Why? Well, he's got nothing else to talk about. He hasn't been laid ever since his wife divorced him 20 years ago,
and
25 years.
That's what I see. Okay? That's just the old Mach 1
31 viewers, 9 for him.
motto eyeball test and hearing test.
Well, let me tell you something, Popeye, and I think you gotta hear this. I really want to emphasize. I don't care what this guy will tell you later. He's shorter than fucking Barry. 100%. He is short.
God, I really wish we could bet on this. I'm going to make some damn good money. How the hell am I shorter than Barry? Everybody has seen that on camera. He's still wailing on this. Barry's about 5'3" at best. On a good day, 5'4", and I'm 5'7". Do your mathematics, Nikko. Are you that fucking dumb? People have seen pictures of me standing together with Barry. In fact, we'll post it. We'll actually post it again.
Shorter than Barry. I'm telling you. I saw them both. And there's a reason why I'm telling you this. And I sent you a message.
The reason you're saying that because you're full of shit.
Person goes, so just take a quick look. But there's a reason. Because I cannot stand when people say, no. Listen, you look at the video that he was in the restaurant. Even Barry is taller. It's just they're a distance apart.
Boy, his eyes are really bad. I know he doesn't have the use of one eye. Maybe his depth of perception.
So I can guarantee you, Barry will take him all day long. But listen, Italian Girl is not that important. He really isn't. He makes himself important. He's.
Nah, you're making me important, bro.
I heard what somebody emailed me, Popeye, and said that he says I can take anybody out in the.
Never said that. In fact, I have said the opposite. Absolutely. I said that I was no Superman by any means. The lies just continue.
Dude, the only thing you've taken out is your character, bro. You cannot take anybody out. What?
Oh, I love my character, and so does everybody else.
Because you contributed a little bit at the end.
A little bit? I contribute all the time.
Let me tell you what Xanax does to you.
Please, go ahead.
When you
Do tell us, Popeye.
take Xanax for a prolonged time period,
Have you taken it, Popeye?
it can also produce hallucinations.
Please, folks, go look up alprazolam or Xanax, and you show me where it says it can produce hallucinations. It's not fucking LSD.
And illusions of grandeur. Okay? But
What are you smoking, Popeye? Because you're smoking something, man.
this is one of the side effects of Xanax. Okay? And he
Really? I never knew that, because that's never happened.
has to take it because he has panic attacks. He
Very rarely have I ever had a panic attack. I've had 4 in my life, and I'm 69. 4. So, what's up?
can't control himself.
I'm quite in control of myself, or I would have done things I would have regretted, believe me.
He's messed up in the brain housing group. This is why he's been on disability since he was 41 years of age.
Wrong age. 48.
And when he's not on the Xanax, he will lash out. He'll get angry. He'll get agitated.
Really? I didn't know that.
And I've seen him do it on the live stream, and he breathes heavy.
I'm not breathing heavy. Where am I breathing heavy?
And he gets all upset. And, that's why.
This is just too fucking funny. But I'm gonna let it go on because I'm enjoying this. I gotta grab a snack, but I'll be right back. You can continue listening to this.
You have great sound bites like, don't talk about my woman.
Well, no, listen. Was
At least I got a woman. Do these guys have a woman? Popeye hasn't had a woman in probably 25 years. And Nikko, he don't have a woman. He went to the Philippines. He paid for this chick to accompany him. I don't know. Talk about his prowess. Either one of them, really. Popeye hasn't gotten laid in probably at least 20 years.
be honest.
But I heard that Nikko got his junk blown off. Maybe that says something.
That last show that I got the email from, was he really that high? He sounded high as shit from the.
Oh, he was high as a kite. He was high all day. Okay. And he must have. I tell you, Gilda must have slipped an extra Xanax in his num-nums.
Well, let's get something straight. Xanax does not make you high. I'm not sure where he gets that from. Maybe Popeye takes something pretty strong and concludes that if I mix this and mix that, maybe I can get high, so a recreational thing. You don't get high from Xanax. It's not a high at all. It's not a high. If it was, it would be like one of the #1 drugs people would be taking recreationally to get that high. No, Xanax doesn't make you high. If anybody knows, I do.
Before she put him to bed. Okay? I think that's what happened there. I think he overdosed. And if you prolong...
Now I've overdosed? I love these stories. I haven't heard one iota of truth on this show so far. Talking about digging in that proverbial barrel.
And don't take it as prescribed by your doctor. You're going to need more and more and more to get that same feeling. Xanax can be as
not this feeling anymore. Dude, let me tell you something. You're wrong as rain on that again, too. I've not had to touch my dose at all for years. I don't have a problem talking about that I take a med. There's some people that take fucking 12 meds. I have never deviated from a little quarter of a milligram, 0.25, and they provide up to 2 whole milligrams, and I'm at a quarter of a milligram. Nobody's abusing the medicine. Nobody's abusing medicine whatsoever. Quarter of a milligram, it's like taking an M&M candy. But of course, Popeye is going to stretch the truth on things. But go ahead, listen up. 29 here, 11 there.
It's addictive as heroin.
Oh, bullshit. Addictive as heroin. How to know? Were you on heroin, Popeye?
Okay.
Let me ask you an honest question. From both sides. You got people that say, what's wrong with Nikko's face? You know, he looks like a freak of nature. But
he does.
Then you look at from what you know me and what I actually did as a as a service, because picking up condoms in the park and acting like you're freaking educated and you're in no better shoes than anybody else. What would you, knowing what you know me, and someone looked at you and said, "Hey, Popeye, what the fuck's up with this guy's face?" How would you define that?
I would say EGATs.
Would I define that?
Yeah, when someone looks at you and says, "Hey, Popeye, what's up with this fucking guy's face? You look like a freak. He looks like a freak of nature. Who's your boy then?" What would you say?
What would I say?
Oh, tell the truth, Popeye. Tell the truth.
Mine and their their honest question.
I would look at that person and say, "What's your damage?" And because, like, if you could see that something is wrong with somebody, the last thing you should be saying is something like that. Like, when I first saw you,
They never met.
I wondered. I said, "There's something wrong with him. You know, his side of the face seems to be frozen." These were my inner thoughts.
Yeah.
And then one time I got you privately, and I asked you. I said, "Dude, you got something going on there, man? What happened, bro? Did you get hurt at some point?"
He got fucking blown up by an IED.
And you told me the whole story.
Got his nuts blown off too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I understood you. And I said, "Oh, okay." And now it's like I've known you for so long. When I look at you, I don't see the damage. I just see Nikko, see? And it's like looking at Ed. When I see Ed, I really like Ed. I think Ed's an outstanding guy. I don't sit there and rag on him because he has no teeth.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think it's an honorable thing that happened, or do you think it's a natural thing for people to just say, "Look at this guy. He looks like a freak of nature"?
I think people who do that, who just come out and say when they first meet somebody, "Look at this guy. Looks like a freak of nature." Number one, they have no empathy towards anybody or anything. Number two, they're uneducated. Because, like, when I seen them starting to pass around photos and shit and, you know, making fun of you,
Yeah.
I told a lot of people, "You need to fucking stop." And I told them your story. And they were quite embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons, the reason I ask you is because the reason I speak from the left side, from the right side, more than the left side, is because I got nerve damage.
I know all that.
Yeah.
I know all that.
And it makes you laugh how people ask that questions like, why does he speak? You know, all these things that Bantayan girl could have asked me when I was on the boat, he didn't. And let me clarify something. I wanted to clarify something. You didn't buy yourself a house. You bought your girlfriend a house. You got the money from your brother that you abandoned, and he died, and you didn't know 3 weeks later that he died because you weren't even significant enough of your daughter, as even your brother, to know what happened to him. You didn't buy yourself a house.
I think the most shameful thing he's ever done, and it's proven, he has scorned his real family and went to Philippines and got a whole brand new family. And it's not even blood. It's just some random Filipino that he met and he claims he loves. Well, if he loves her so much, where's the annulment? Where's the real marriage? But none of that's fucking happening. And I'll tell you why it's not going to happen. Because Gilda's playing it smart.
Dude,
what Gilda is doing, let me tell him what Gilda's doing. What Gilda's doing, she's putting up with his cranky old ass. Because she knows sooner or later we're all going to wake up in the morning and some asshole's going to come in the live chat and say, "Did you hear Frank is dead?" And I'll do the asshole thing and say, "Fucking prove it, show me the body." Okay? And when they show me the pictures of the body of him laying on a slab, I'm just going to throw a fucking party. I mean, he got so upset. That I said...
Let's backtrack on something here. Let's backtrack. Hagante obviously met Barry and met me. Get an opinion from Hagante. And Mick Fisher, let's see. Mick Fisher, he'd be the one to talk about too. He met Barry, you know, when Brevis was locked and loaded and Ricky stood there like a deer with the headlights stuck in his eyes. And Mick Fisher was able to see how tall Barry was. I wish Nikko would put his money where his mouth is.
If he dies within the next year, I will come to fucking Bantayan Island. I will return to Philippines as MacArthur did. Okay.
This guy is afraid to leave his own house.
Okay. and I will fucking urinate on your fucking grave. He got so upset, he started talking about his plans for burial, how he'll be put in an urn, he'll be cremated.
No, it's actually quite the opposite.
Yeah, that's the cheapest way to go in the Philippines.
And dude, he's so afraid.
No, it's not cheap. That's not cheap at all. Believe it or not, it's not cheap for cremation. Not here.
That Popeye one will show up in PI and piss on his fucking grave.
Oh, Popeye with his big mouth. Popeye never leaves his house other than going to the bingo parlor.
That's what I pushed him into.
Listen,
Right?
what a lot of you guys, you do, but a lot of you guys in the background don't understand
No, it's not pre-recorded. That's going on live right now.
is the best thing that I've met in that boat, in that ferry was his, and I don't want to even say her name because she never did me wrong. She is the
That's right.
smartest woman. To go from a guy that picked up condoms in a park and lied about
Guy that picked up condoms and owned a home in Seattle, Washington, owned a home in Hawaii, owns a home in the Philippines. I think I did pretty well picking up condoms.
his disability and then lies about how he's so friggin' so healthy, all right, and
I actually am pretty healthy.
walks for to fucking limp to the side. She deserves everything just for dealing with his fucking miserable ass. How do you go?
You know what? My girlfriend is self-sufficient. And if it was money she was looking for, I mean, she doesn't need me for that. She doesn't need me for that. If it was money that she was actually looking for, she's got more than me. She doesn't have to be with me.
Dude, he did 4 shows on you just because you hurt his fucking feelings. Then he doubled up on Xanax and he was like, oh, I'll call Tonic and then Popeye.
Hey, Ed, you got your teeth in yet, Ed?
And
That's called, you must understand, that's called the Popeye effect, okay? It's called the Popeye effect, man. And all I did
You mean the asshole effect?
was talk about his little Runco 1995 toy that supposedly keeps him cool, right? I mean,
It actually does.
dude, I thought he was fucking yanking our chain, but he was fucking serious. He thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread.
No, I don't think that little toy was great, but it actually does its job.
Right? So here's what's even funnier, Nico. This fucking clown buys a
24 watching here, 8 watching on the Nikko show.
fucking printer, scanner. Who the fuck does that this day and age?
I do.
And then can
Prevents me from having to go to the print shop to get some hard copies made. What a stupid statement.
not even hook it up. He has to have the Filipino kid do it.
Why not?
He does
What's wrong with that?
nothing himself.
Really, are you here living with me, Poopeye?
He couldn't tell you the difference between a Phillips head screwdriver and an Allen wrench. He couldn't tell you the difference between a Stilson wrench and an adjustable crescent wrench.
Really?
Okay? This guy has no marketable skills whatsoever
Popeye seems to be quite an expert on me.
when it comes to using his hands. Right? The only thing he's ever done is ever sit in a classroom or fill out paperwork for fucking disability or Section 8 housing to collect money. That's the only thing he's ever.
Well, what's wrong if you own a house and you have another unit, you're going to rent it out? And what's wrong with getting it listed as Section 8 to help people out that maybe cannot afford to pay out of their own pocket full rent? And what a deal they get. My God, free electricity, free cable TV, free internet. Can't beat that deal.
We're done. Period. That's his life. That's the saddest life I've ever seen, man.
Sad. I don't know. It got me 3 houses in my life. What do you have? You inherited your mom's house. Gene.
He's never really been anywhere, done anything.
Really?
He thinks the Philippines is be
I
all
lived 3 different places. I even worked in Alaska. I never been anywhere. That's kind of a broad statement.
end all, man. I mean, and we're all just jealous because he's there.
Well, I think there's an element of truth to that there, Robert Clausen.
I mean, that has got to be the most loneliest, desolate island
He's never been here.
in the fucking Philippines. And I'm not
It's a nice place.
knocking it. If you like to be a recluse, please be my
No, a recluse is somebody that don't go out of their house like Robert Clausen. And the only time he goes out is to play bingo or maybe to go to the supermarket. You've never heard him in 8 years he's been on YouTube. You've never heard him leaving Florida. You've never heard him, other than being in the Navy, but they did get him from point A to point B at some point. You never hear him going out with friends, going out for lunch with friends. You never hear him at all, leaving Florida.
fucking guest. Go live on Bantayan Island, but don't get a house
25 people watching here, 4 people watching on Nikko's Boring Show.
next to Frank, because if a dog shits, his dog shits on your lawn, and you ask him to pick it up, he's gonna bite your head off. Okay.
Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think that whether it's me, you, anybody, it doesn't matter if it's a veteran, the relationship that you have with your mom, do you think it's an issue, or do you think it's an issue when people don't have that?
I think it's an issue in his place, being such a mama's boy. And what a lame excuse he had for leaving the Philippines. He was supposed to be here another 6 months. Then he heard that Jay, real deal, he's a YouTuber, wanted to kick his ass. All of a sudden he made up an excuse that he had to go home to be with Mama. Mama needed him.
That relationship with their mothers, and they
Well,
have.
okay, let me stop you there. I am not going to talk on live air about the relationship I have had with my mother.
Okay.
With Gene, huh?
Because that's my fucking business.
Gotcha.
I heard it wasn't too good.
You, on the other hand,
Yeah.
bring your relationship with your mother to YouTube, okay? And I think that disturbs him. See, I'm not going to say...
No, it doesn't disturb me. It just tells me a whole lot of information that he's a mama's boy. Little mama's boy. Hey, I loved my mother, but, you know, she's been gone a long time. I don't keep on talking about my mother. You know, she did her job raising me. She did a good job. She's a good mother. But this is a guy that goes to the Philippines, and I made a joke of this quite a few times. And as much as he loves his mother, comes back with a real special gift for her. Brings her a fucking broom. No, I don't make this shit up. He brings her a fucking broom. Mama.
sit here and judge your relationship with your mother because I know nothing about it. I only know what I see on YouTube, and to me, YouTube is an illusion, okay?
Well, the fact that Popeye is delusional might say something too.
YouTube is an illusion.
And he's been living an illusion and a delusion because he doesn't understand. He wasn't in the service, 40 years ago? And the guy's living in his past. That's all he talks about is Subic Bay, the whores he had, and the whore that he married and wind up divorcing him. The guy's not living in the present, he's living in his past. And I don't know about you guys, it tells me a whole lot about somebody.
The real person never really comes out on YouTube, I'll tell you for a fact. Okay? Dude.
No, I think Popeye's as real as it gets as far as his hate, as far as his loneliness, and just being plain miserable.
Up there at your house all the time. I don't really know what fucking goes on. And
that's right, you don't.
See, I don't know what kind of relationship he had with his mother.
A very good one, thank you very much.
Or father. Alright? So, I am going to be the bigger man tonight. and not sit here
No, you're not a bigger man. You're just a little fucking foo-foo dog.
and give conjecture to the relationship he may or may not have with his mother or father.
Okay, you know what? I respect that, Papa, and I really appreciate that a lot. I mean, I'm not the better man. I'm pretty sure he didn't have
No, you're not the better man.
any fucking relationship with his mama because he didn't have a relationship with his fucking daughter.
See,
You don't have to get involved, but that is the kind of person I am. People that criticize other people's relationships with their mother and their father or their brother or sister have
Well, wait a minute. You're criticizing my relationship to my brother and my daughter.
nothing to fucking talk. Worry about your relationship with your daughter,
That's correct. See, the hypocrite.
your dead brother, and whatever you call as it makes your family, and then we can talk. Until then,
32 viewers, my channel. 11 viewers, Nikko.
don't fucking compare yourself to me. You're a fucking crippled guy that walks fucking sideways, smokes every fucking day, and wants to.
A crippled guy. I didn't realize that. When did this crippling effect happen to me? I'm a crippled man that walks like a crab. Is that what you're saying? I walk sideways?
Criticize and talk about everybody else's weight.
Okay, we're going to be meeting up with somebody, and we're going to see what his opinion is on that.
You are not fucking skinny. You are hand-me-down
No, I'm not skinny,
pounds,
and I'm not frail.
just like everybody else. I'm hand-me-down.
but let me teach you a little lesson here.
Fun. Or is that not good fun?
Oh,
That's
hold
not good
on.
fun.
Let me teach you a little lesson here.
Well, Hagante, if you're listening, Popeye says that Barry is much taller than me, and you know Popeye very well, and you met us all together. Why don't you tell them how it really is? This is a bet I'd love to take with Nikko if he could produce the cash.
I'm not like Popeye. I'll go right for your fucking throat, and you can come after me. This one phone call that you're in the Philippines.
Even Hagante saying all the fucking rhetoric that's going on in the show is everything that's said before. It's getting old. Thank you, Hagante, on that.
Fuck you and your fucking phone call. Stop threatening people that with shit you don't fucking have. When I was there, you were kissing my fucking ass on the boat.
Kissing your ass? Excuse me, man. My lips couldn't be that fucking big. An impossibility.
You didn't tell everybody that, did you? And then when I left, you talked all your shit. Shut the fuck up and sit there and fucking die in peace. And then when you're dead, I'm gonna piss on your fucking grave. And I wish.
Oh, Nikko, come on. You don't have a dick to piss with. You got a colostomy bag or something. You got your fucking junk blown off.
You died. So I can sit there and fucking enjoy it. You fucking washed up fucking guy that took advantage of his brother, got the fucking money, don't pay you.
Took advantage of my brother? How is that possible? When I've been basically partially supporting his ass for 25 years, where does he come up with this information?
Fucking, you're two, what do you call them? Bankruptcy? Shut the fuck up and stop trying to give people lectures and shit.
Now here's a guy that owes $60,000.
Oh, here we go again with a civil lawsuit in Hawaii. Whether I owe $60,000 or I owe $600,000 makes no difference. They're not getting a dime off me for a frivolous civil lawsuit, and I do say civil.
You don't talk about that though.
Okay.
I'm talking about that right now.
And
In fact, I've talked about it quite a bit, actually.
and has come out on live stream and said those people will never see.
Oh, they'll never see it. They'll never see it because he knows it'll be in litigation forever.
And he claims that, well, it's civil, so I don't have to pay it. Well, I have some news for him, right? Criminal charges can be filed against you for not paying your debit,
Nope.
okay?
Nope.
If you owe a debt,
Nope. And I'm not even in the same jurisdiction.
that large, they can start filing criminal complaints
Nope.
against you.
Wrong.
And when those criminal complaints pile up, I can guarantee you they will be sent
How long have we been hearing this shit?
to the federal government, and there'll be a red flag on your passport
Oh, geez, I just came back from there. I have no red flags on my passport. I got an MBI clearance. Popeye, come on now.
And sooner or later, when you go to renew
Why? Why would that happen? Am I doing something wrong?
that cute little tourist visa that you renew, guess what? You'll be going home. Right?
I am home, Popeye. I am home.
All you scammers are the same. Sooner or later, you all go home. Jay,
And Popeye's never really left home unless he was back in the military.
JW went home. Fazio went home.
And soon Popeye will go home, and then maybe following, actually, Nikko.
Bam is going home. I hate to clue you in, Francis, or is it Francine? You're going home. Sooner or later. You're going home.
If you mean dying, we're all gonna die, Popeye. But don't hold your breath about my perceived death.
You may not even die there. I think the only way you will die there is if you OD on the Xanax. So, and
Yeah, I'll certainly do that.
just like get one of those pill cases where it says Monday, Tuesday,
Totally absurd.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and put the proper dosage in each day. So that way you
How many medicines do you take there, Popeye, that you'd be willing to admit to?
know what you're doing. Because I do know Alzheimer's are setting in. You're getting very forgetful. You're repeating yourself.
Well, wait a minute, man. You repeat yourself every goddamn show you put on. Shall I say you got, I'll call it old timers? You repeat yourself on every fucking show. It's the same rhetoric.
Your anger is getting more frequent. I understand all that. I see all that. I hear all that. It's okay, dude. We
Yeah, Hagante, why don't you tell him how tall Barry is?
all decline. But the difference between me and you, Frank,
There's a big difference between me and you, Popeye. There's no comparison.
there is a big difference. It's like, when I see my decline coming, I will fucking depart and not make an ass out of myself, such
But you make an ass out of yourself every time you do a show.
as you have.
Let's stop this show for a second here on the simulcast. For those that have actually met Barry Jordan, and I don't want to concentrate just on Barry, but this is a pretty good opportunity for me to make some serious cash, but unfortunately Nikko can't come up with that kind of money. He swears up and down that Barry is taller than me. And Hagante is talking on there. In fact, he came on my channel. Hagante, why don't you tell the truth? I've even posted photographs showing me standing right next to Barry, and it was clear as a clear blue sky that I was towering over Barry. And everybody who's seen him, both the TGIF, anybody who's met him in person at the jail cell, they know damn well who's taller. In fact, that day at TGIF, there were comments being flown all over the place on Ricky's Live, saying that Bummer looked like a little fidget. And they had a name for him actually on that. 30 people on my show, look at that. Okay, I know it's a bag of laughs for raining cats and dogs. Oh yeah, you guys know better. You know better. You've seen how tall Barry was. Everybody saw how tall he was. Okay. And now Nikko claims that I walk to the side like a sand crab and that I'm hunchbacked or something to that degree. Really? Okay, well, I'll be meeting somebody today and they can offer their own opinion on that. But the crap that's being dished out by Nikko and Popeye, Nikko's just an ugly fat motherfucker with a big fucking mouth. No different than Popeye. He got fucked up by an IUD. Okay, he was in a Humvee or some shit like that. I think it blew his fucking nuts off is what I think. But look, I'm not making fun of somebody who's in the service getting blown up. I'm not doing that. In his case, I'm just stating to you what happened, that's all. And as a result of that, and the reason I'm responding to his comments about what my looks or this or that or my age or whatever is because, truthfully, you put me next to Nikko and you're going to say who's a better looking dude. And I'm like nearly 20 years older than Nikko. Okay? It would be very clear to see. Very clear to see. Yeah, they're using me for clout. And by the way, that shit he said earlier on his show, that he said anything adverse to me on the ferry, I mean, as far as saying that, hey man, if you got anything negative to say to me, say it to my face now. He never said that. You could either believe me or you don't. And Gilda got on, even she had to say something. And she said, he has never said that to me. That's bullshit. Because I don't care how fucking big he was. There's nothing wrong with my mouth. And I would have said a whole lot of shit to him on that ferry, no matter who was listening to me or not. Nikko, you're just useless. You're worthless. You're a mama's boy. You talk about all this exercise, but yet you're gaining weight. Dude, you're 20 years younger than me. I bet you I'll outlive you. But I'd love to take you up on that bet between me and Bummer as to who's taller. I'll win that one. Easily. Easily. Okay, so back to my audience. So have you guys been, well, of course you've been listening to his show simultaneously because I've been broadcasting it on here. That's right. What do you think about all the bullshit that's being blown out by Nikko and Popeye? I knew Popeye was soon to follow if Nikko went on. Yeah, easily. Give me some of your feedback on that bullshit. For those that have been following my show, let's go over these discrepancies. I'm on medicine. Yeah, just like many of you are. One medicine. In fact, I take a fraction of what's actually required. And I usually use it as a sleep aid. I don't use it for anything else. That's it. So, what's the big deal? How many medicines or prescriptions is Popeye on? How many is Nikko on? I bet you he's diabetic. I would not be surprised. He says he eats healthy. He just did a show. Where was he yesterday? He was at a fucking drive-through. What the fuck did he order? Was that healthy? It wasn't healthy. Raining Cats and Dogs says it's all wishful thinking on their part. I know. They're so fucking jealous of me. I'm not trying to make people jealous of me. I'm just being myself. That's all I'm being, man. They're envious that I could have a relationship. I mean, Nikko can't keep a woman. All I know is he fucked somebody one time and he, I don't know how. Because I heard his nuts and everything were blown off, but he has a daughter. How he achieved that, and maybe it came before the IED, and I don't know. Who knows? Nikko wants to be a tough guy. He knows where I live. He's just got to ask himself, how long does he want to spend in jail? And he knows me. He knows damn well. And I all I need to make is one fucking phone call. I said it again. One fucking phone call will take care of business. And I'm not going to even quote or even hint what I mean by that. He wants to get ugly with me. He can get ugly any time. He's already ugly. That part he's gotten taken care of. Nikko would never show up at my doorstep. I'm very easy to find. He's been to Bantayan before. I'm very easy to find. Do it about it. Do it. Do it. That bet's still going, me and Barry. Who's taller? Put your money where your mouth is, Nikko. Please. I could use a couple of extra bucks. Can't you all? All wishful thinking. Yeah, that's the two losers that are talking right now on a live show. There's two losers. When I say losers, bottom of the barrel losers. Bottom of the barrel losers. You got this one fucking guy who watches soap operas all his life. His wife left him because he got drunk and beat the shit out of her. Okay? Didn't want to put up with his bullshit. She's living very happily now, I heard. He never leaves Florida. You never see him going anywhere other than the bingo parlor, which he's so proud of. He wears khaki pants and the long black socks up to his knees, rides a little three-wheel trike, whatever the hell it is. And his whole life is soap operas and bingo, and all he talks about is his so-called illustrious career in the Navy. It wasn't illustrious at all. He turned out to be a glorified security guard. That's what happened. After that point, I think he worked at Walmart for how many years? That's an illustrious career, that's for sure. I picked up condoms. Condoms, huh? Well, if I picked up condoms, it was quite lucrative because This is my third house. In fact, I bought a property out here about over half a year ago that I turned over for big money, right near the port. He knows what I'm talking about, the port. Right near the port. I picked it up on a song and a dance and sold it and made more money. Nikko would never have my money. He would never have my money. He done got blown up. He done got blown up. And he looks it. The guy has no facial movement. He can't smile on one side of his fucking face. He doesn't have the use of the eye on the same fucking face. He's fat. In fact, he's overweight. It's called obesity. He's obese. He's obese. That's what he is. He's obese. Lentils. I don't eat healthy. Lentils with vegetables. I don't eat healthy. The hell I don't. See that rice? I don't even touch that. There we go. Anyway, that being said, Nikko could compare to me if he tried. The guy he's dang fucking 50 fucking years old. 50 years old and he still ain't got a fucking woman. 50 years old, friends. 35 watching, you betcha. 50 years old and he ain't got a fucking woman. And when he came to the Philippines, he had to fucking rent one. Hey, you want to hang with me? I'll pay your way. We'll get on the motorcycle, we'll rent that, and we'll go to a couple of towns, and we're going to kill it, man. We're killing it. The only thing I've seen Nikko doing is killing himself. He's way, way over his body mass index. He eats the shittiest fucking foods I've ever seen, other than Barry. And he's 20 years younger than me. 20 years younger than me. And I'll bet you I'll outlive that bastard. We'll find out. If something happens to him, Popeye will say something according to which one kicks off before the other. Popeye with all this gin and camel smoking. Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. At least I don't hang out in fucking bingo parlors. That's like a total admittance that you're fucking old. And I'm a few years older than Popeye. And this guy is so fucking pathetic that's why he don't show his face on camera. I've been on camera plenty of times. I want Hagante to come back on here. Hagante knows Barry very well, and he's met us both together. And Hagante knows damn well there's at least a 4-inch stretch between me and Barry. If Hagante's going to be honest about it. And as I said, I got the picture to prove it. And we'll post it sometime soon. You make your own evaluation. Not only from the photograph, it's an easy bet to win. TGIF, that showed it. I'm not a tall guy, I'm only 5'7", but I was gigantuous compared to the skinny little fucking wimp that the mantis is. Now he's saying that I will pretty much walk like a crab. He said I walk sideways. The fucking ferry was moving. I had to balance myself, you fat piece of turd. Of course, walking sideways, trying to balance myself. There's a little bit of wave action in the water. Sometimes you got to hold on to the railing when you're on a ferry to go down the steps. You've been on ferries before. I'm sure some of you have. It's a normal thing. If he's referring that I walk hunched, well, when I was sitting on the chair, I was on a bench in front of him, and I had to turn my back like 120 degrees to talk to him, because we weren't sitting on the same bench, and I have a bad back. If I got up, my back was probably strained, and probably had to straighten myself up a little bit. That's the only thing I could see that he's talking about. Hey, I'll talk up front about this. A hunchback? Where do I have a fucking hunchback? I think you're confusing me with the wrong person. Rainy Cats and Dogs says the TGI stream showed how small he was. Yeah, proof in the pudding right there. 34 strong. 34 strong. How many has he got on his channel? Is he still on? Let's check that out. He's got two fucking people on his show. Probably him and Popeye.
I think we got somebody in the back, Popeye. Look at your, I think they...
I can't see it. It's all on you, dude.
Oh,
two people. 33 on mine.
just take a quick look. I just want to make sure, because I just let you know. Well, me? I'm not as nice as Popeye. Listen, he's a scammer. He's a scammer all the way across.
Really?
He can talk about all the, that he loves. Listen, he didn't buy himself a house. I pay a mortgage, just like he did. Him and his brother paid a mortgage, and...
My brother? I don't understand what my brother has anything. Can you prove that, Nikko? Come on, show me. Show your viewers, show my viewers. Show me. Not show my, but show me. Show me where my brother owned anything of that house. Produce the documents. That'll be another bet. I'm going to get rich. Well, not from you. So let's see. So far, some of the major lies is that he said to me on the ferry, if you got anything bad to say about me, say it to my face. Never said that. Gilded witness. Okay, another big bugaboo. Height. That Barry is taller than me. That's so untrue. Okay, what else did he just say? Oh, he said that half the house was my brother's. No, my brother rented from me. Okay, I'll be right in. My brother rented from me. My brother rented from me. Why do you think he was on Section 8? He was renting for me. If my brother, Nikko, you piece of shit, if he owned half the house, why was he giving me rent? That wouldn't make any sense at all. Why was he on Section 8 county housing? Because he was renting from me. Nikko, you embarrassed yourself yet once again. Once again. Okay, last 2 minutes.
He owned the house because his brother died. Plain and simple. He didn't.
I owned a house because my brother died. Everybody saw when I was selling the house. They knew I sold it and made money. I sold the house when my brother died. I sold that house over 2 fucking years ago.
Get it because he got it. He got it from his brother. Okay. Then he went in there and talked about you guys. Listen, I pay a mortgage. That's fine. One of the biggest things is that he's got nothing to talk about. He's got absolutely talking about and he wants to compare. He wants to compare how better looking he is. Bro, you're about 10 years away from death. From death.
How would you know that, Nikko? I'm not obese. I don't drink either.
Bro, you got nothing better on me. Nothing better on me.
I've got plenty better on you, buddy. Where do we start?
You sat in a little island. You bought somebody that deserved the house. You don't own nothing.
Really? I've owned 3 houses and 1 lot near the port that I sold. Okay? What do you got?
Think about it, bro. Think about it. The comparison. And then you didn't have a relationship with your mom, let alone your daughter.
How does he know that? How does he know if I had a relationship with my mother? How do you just come out on a show and just regurgitate, just go bullshit? How would he know my relationship with my mother?
And then you're going to compare yourself to me? Nothing. You could only wish you were me. Remember that boat trip, what you said?
Oh, yeah, I really wish I was you, Nikko. I really wish I was you. Not.
Nikko, I know why everybody is so mad they don't like you. It's because they live through you.
And I supposedly said that?
Love what you do, Nikko. Remember that conversation?
No, I don't remember that conversation.
Italian girl? Remember that? You know, you make yourself so fucking...
Italian girl. No, you're the pussy here. You're the pussy. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a mangina. Because you didn't say what else got blown up. Maybe your fucking package got blown up.
Important, bro. You're not. You're not. I'm not as important as you or anybody.
No, you're not important at all to anybody.
The difference between me and you is I don't bullshit.
Big difference. And you don't bullshit this whole broadcast you've been bullshitting. And my viewers know that as a fact. Because you've listened to his show and you've listened to mine.
Shit, people, bro. I don't sit there and involve myself in people's lives.
Oh, you're involving yourself in my life?
Think you're very generous, Nikko.
Generous? When's the last time you even gave to somebody?
Okay, tell me how I could have handled that.
You say 10 years. I'm sorry to report to you, he's lucky if he's got 2 to 3 years left in him.
Well, maybe Popeye's talking about himself, but how do you have a way of predicting? Unless you know somebody has various health problems. I don't have any health problems other than a nasty rhinitis, chronic rhinitis, sinus problem.
Listen, Popeye, I have never, ever, have you, let me make it simple. Have you ever heard me, unless someone asked me, have you ever heard me talk about someone's appearance?
Yes, you talked about me on this show today.
No, I really haven't.
I will today. Listen, he is about 5'6", 5'7". No
Yes, I am 5'7", exactly.
more. If he's 5'8", I didn't see it. Maybe it's the crippledness to the side.
5'7", you'd be right.
Right? Because he's hunched to the side, Popeye. And
I'm hunchbacked. Somebody better tell me about it or tell Gilda, because where am I hunchbacked?
he's got like this disfigured look from the side. Listen, I might be a
Disfigured look. Go take a look in the mirror, bro.
big guy. When I sit down, I look bigger. That's fine. I can work with my shit. I can lose my weight, Popeye. But can he
Hasn't worked so far.
do that shit from deformity? Dude, that's a deformity shit. You know what I mean? To me,
You're not deformed, is what you're telling me?
100.
It sounds like you're describing scoliosis.
Yes. Yeah, like he was leaning to the side. He was talking
Yeah, I was leaning to the side, trying to keep my balance when I decided to get up and go downstairs when the boat was moving. Duh.
about how great, he was not, dude, he must have taken 4 to 5 cigarette breaks when he was there. I don't care.
2 breaks. 2 breaks. Conversation was going on between my girlfriend and his, and she was also talking to him. I figured, let me give this a break. I went downstairs, had a smoke. Twice. In an hour and a half.
Care if you smoke. But then he's the first one to talk about your camels. Dude, he went downstairs, he's like, I'll be right back. And then, dude, I'm not.
Everybody gave up on his show. The only person that's on there is now Popeye. And I've got 32 people listening here.
going to include his girlfriend. She was great.
Yeah, Dr. Popeye, I know.
But bro, he was taking like 4 or 5 cigarette breaks.
I took 2 breaks.
Time he got up, yeah, I'm a big guy. Talk about my weight, that's fine. Talk about my injuries, you don't know nothing about injury. Well, you do.
Well, I could look at you and I know a lot.
Because you seem to be tilted from the side. You know what I mean?
No, you're tilted in the fucking brain.
So you can talk about me all you want, dude. That's fine. It's not gonna hurt
I certainly can, and I will.
my feelings. But don't call the kettle black. Dude, you're
That's what you're doing.
not that good looking.
See, you hear?
Hey, I look like an aging movie star. I mean, ask Breedis' girlfriend, man.
Here's the deal, right? When he is what I call the typical 1960s liberal. Okay.
Here it goes with his liberal shit. I don't take any position politically. To be honest, I don't take any political position. I'm not liberal or anything else.
And the typical 1960s liberal, who is a boomer, hates the military.
I don't hate the military. I just don't want to be in it.
Okay? He is first generation boomer, and they hate the military.
You mean you could speak for everybody, Popeye? You got that power? The almighty Popeye? You could speak for everyone?
So, for him to bash your service or what happened,
Oh, no. I'm not bashing Nikko's service. I'm bashing Nikko, not his service.
to you in the service brings him great fucking joy.
No, it brings me great joy that I'm living a better life than Nikko is, or Popeye.
triggers the endorphins in his brain. How's it grow? Because that's how he was
Oh, I thought it was the Xanax that did that, Popeye.
trained. He was trained to hate his country.
Really? Who is this person he's talking about? I was trained to hate my country? You know how much military and police I've had in my family line? My father was even in the Navy. Probably had a higher position than Popeye. My father was simply a fireman first class. It was probably a greater position than Popeye had. I don't hate my country. I just think it's changed a lot. And I think everybody would agree with me on that. Nobody hates the United States. I don't hate the United States. I grew up there. It's a great country. but unfortunately it's changed. That's why people are moving out in great numbers. That's all I can say about that. I don't hate the military. I do not hate people who are in the military. That's coming from Popeye's mouth, of course. I don't hate them at all. They make their choices of being in the military or not. It's just not my choice, that's all. There's nothing really more than that. There's nothing more to it than that at all. That's it. Am I still going here?
To hate the military.
All right, here we go.
This is why he did not go to Vietnam.
Yeah,
like
Popeye's
the
a boomer too,
Honorable
yeah.
John Lippitt did.
Oh, this is why I didn't go to Vietnam. I didn't go to Vietnam because I'm half deaf, you fucking moron.
This is why he never joined the military. Because he was mentally and physically incapable.
Yes, I was physically incapable as far as my hearing. They would not take me in. You got something partially correct.
Of doing it. Okay? So he hates anything that's red, white, and blue. Okay?
Oh, that's so far from the truth. I'm coming, okay? I'm coming. I will eat. I'm just playing the rest of my show here, making a fool out of Popeye and Nikko.
He is nothing but a liberal radical.
No, you want a radical, you're going to turn to Ricky, not me.
Aggressive.
Oh, I can be aggressive when I want. You betcha.
Idiot. Doesn't know his ass.
More education than that fucking fool ever had.
From his elbow.
Hey, that's untrue.
He
I know anatomy very well.
knows nothing about code.
What code? Now we're talking codes.
Honor, God, country, or familia. He knows nothing of any. He has no loyalty to anyone or anything. His
I'm loyal to my girlfriend. I'm loyal to my dogs.
only loyalty is to himself.
Oh, that's not true because I'm a very giving person.
Right? And it just shows what a self-centered, egotistical little prick.
Well, actually, for what we've been listening to on this show, I think it's more of an autobiography of yourself, Robert Clausen. From what I've just heard.
He is. That's why.
And everybody got off his show. The only two people are on there is Popeye and Nikko.
He has no compunction whatsoever in saying
Code. What fucking code?
the things that he does. I have just given you a perfect psychological breakdown
You're better off just going on the phone. Nobody's listening to the channel.
of this idiot.
Is that your phone? I could have sworn that I heard your phone. Just making sure that, because I know you can sometimes get messages from family. And I'm going to tell you, dude.
I read all.
No, I'm just making sure. No, because, sometimes you get really into it, so I just want to make sure.
I'm getting bored of all this. I'm going to sign off from Nikko's show. I'm glad you all got a chance to actually listen to that because this basically disproves and proves everything about Nikko. Everything. What a fucking loser he is. And he never said anything of the sort on that ferry. That if you got something to say, he never said shit. And Gilda is a witness, and she doesn't lie. Gilda came on and she told it like it was. No, she don't like Nikko. The girlfriend, she was okay. But Nikko's not going to get anybody unless he actually pays for it. Imagine 50 years old and you still ain't got a fucking woman. You got to come to the Philippines and you got to pay for it. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? With somebody else on here? Does that not sound very familiar? Or does it? It certainly does. You want me on that wall? What does that mean? What a load of crock that Popeye is talking, said Raining Cats and Dogs. I know. Wasn't this great? I enjoyed doing this show here, and I'm glad the timing was right on there. Because you guys all heard it for yourself. And I swear on anything that's good in my life that Nikko is talking complete bullshit. He never said what he said he did. Never, ever, ever, ever said that. I have no reason to hide that. And he's comparing himself to a guy that's 20 years older than him. And they're both saying that I'm going to die in how many years? I can't even guarantee that to myself. How could they guarantee that? Both of them are in really bad physical shape, especially Nikko. I could account for that. He is way over his body mass index. Like I said, maybe he got his fucking nuts blown off too. I don't know. Popeye's new name is Beetle Bailey. I kind of like Chumley. Remember the cartoon character Chumley? He's kind of like Chumley. Kind of like Chumley on that, what do you call, pawn shop show. But Chumley at least lost weight. Yeah, the audience number says it all. I've run control so far this whole broadcast over his show. It shows how many people really like him or Popeye. Proof is in the pudding. Hey guys, carry on a little bit. I think I'm going to come back. I'm going to go eat something real quick and carry on the conversation. Talk about what you heard. Come right out with it. Talk about what you heard. And if you're still out there, Gigante, come on here and tell them you've met both of us. Who's taller? And later on, I will produce. I got to get a hold of it. He swears that Bama is taller than me. He swears. When everybody saw him at TGI, and a lot of people saw the photograph of me and Bama when Gigante came over. This is what a lying piece of shit he is. And that's why you can't believe Nikko. That's why nobody respects him or his associates. You can't believe these people. Nikko is jealous. I got my shit together, man. He's damn right I got a good woman. He's damn right. Maybe someday he'll get lucky. Or maybe save his money and buy one. That's all he ever fucking does anyway. I'll be back, guys. Anyway, I just grabbed a bite to eat here. I'm good. Beetle Bailey. Okay. That had to be one of the most embarrassing shows that Nikko's put on in a long time. Now you all know the truth. What a lying bastard this guy is. What an absolute lying bastard both of them are. So much for their following. My numbers prove it. There was a one iota of truth that Nikko said on his whole show. And do you know why people do that and they get very defensive? I talk about this all the time. When the truth is presented about somebody, they get very defensive. And Nikko got very defensive on this show. Now, a lot of you people follow me, and you know what's going down. You people are reasonably intelligent people, I get, and you got ears that work, and you've heard it all. You can make your own evaluations. And I think if a consensus, if we did a poll, which I'm not going to do a poll, but if we did, you would see that there's a lot of people that really don't like this guy at all because he's such a fucking liar. He lied about certain things he did while he was in the Philippines, about all the women he supposedly got. As I said, I think he got his nuts blown off is what I think. Because he's a fucking pussy. I don't care how big he is, he's a fucking pussy. He can still be big and be a fucking pussy. And he's a fucking pussy. He's a fucking pussy. Hear what I said? You're a fucking pussy. Because Jay was in town. That's the reality, folks. All of a sudden, Nikko had long-term plans. But then when Nikko came in town, all of a sudden he found an excuse. All of a sudden he found an excuse. Well, I'm going to leave early because I want to be with Mama. I want to be with Mama. I want to buy her a fucking broom. He loves his mom. He buys her a fucking broom. Here, get to work, bitch. No, I'm not calling his mother a bitch just to make that. I'm just kind of doing a little play acting here. You might as well say that. I mean, you give your mother a fucking gift from the Philippines. You buy her a broom so you could work her to death. You buy her a fucking broom. Oh, yeah, she's looking forward to have a broom. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Seriously, man. Did you hear the crap that was being thrown around on that show? Jeez Louise. Nikko's being very defensive because he knows everything I said about him is true. I don't know about him getting his balls blown off from the IOD. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, you know. He's no ladies' man and he never will be. He's trying to talk about my features. Take a look at him. He can't see through one fucking eye. He's not capable of smiling. Half his face is fucking frozen. He's got a horrible complexion. He's way over his body mass index. How could he possibly? It's like comparing apples to fucking oranges. Apples to oranges. How could he compare himself to me? Really? And he's got a mortgage. Let's see the major boo-boos he made on here. Start with the ferry. Let's go over this again so it's clear. On the ferry, he claims he said to me, if you got anything bad to say about, say it to my face. That never happened. That never happened. He said I went away about 5 times to have a cigarette. Wrong. Twice. Once when I got about 10 minutes after I was on the ferry, we bullshit a little bit. Okay, I had to take a piss too at the same time, so I was going to go down to the lower deck, had a cigarette. And then later on, the conversation was getting boring because at one moment, it was just my girlfriend talking to his girlfriend and back and forth with Nikko. I said, I'll be back. Excuse me, I'll be back. The boat was wobbling a little bit, not much. But sometimes you got to hold your balance. So in other words, I walk like a crab. Is that what he's trying to say? And then he was saying that I was hunchbacked. And then he was saying that Barry was taller than me. All lies. Pure lies. Okay, where else did this go? Oh, that my brother owned half the house. In all common sense, you moron. And you caught yourself in your own lie. It's a known fact that even Popeye knows it. If he owned half the house. Then Popeye's talking about me, the service, that I went, what did he say? Said something why I didn't go into service. Well, it was still during the Vietnam era, and they were still skirmishing out there. But guess what? And Popeye knows it, and Nikko knows it. I got a hearing problem. I got about 65, 70% of my right ear that doesn't conduct. They were going to take me into the service, whether I wanted to join or not, or whether they were going to try to abduct me into the service, which is a better word, abduct me into the service. It wouldn't have happened. It would not have happened, you morons. So I'm really glad they did this show, and I'm glad I simulcast the show because once and for all, further proof what morons these guys are. What liars they are when they feel that they've been discovered for the idiots, ingrates, and morally corrupt and miserable souls that they are. You all heard it, and it's coming from me. Nikko just twisted the story of our meeting. It's an hour and a half ferry ride. Nothing bad going on. I'm walking like a crab. Really. Okay, I'm going to meet up with somebody probably today. We're going to get their opinion about all of this, if he's willing to. Okay, who's taller? He met Obama. The guy I'm going to meet, he knows. Who's taller? Who's taller? Photographs show it. TGIF showed it. People who have met me and met him know it. But he's adamant about it. Oh, Nikko is adamant about it. That's where the bets should come in. Put your money out, Nikko. Then the mortgage on the house or the house ownership. That was the other one I just talked about. Why on earth would somebody pay me rent if they owned half my house? My brother Ned had no involvement in my house other than being my brother and being my renter. And why the fuck would he be on Section 8, Popeye? Got you on that one too, Popeye. You made a fool of yourself. You caught yourself in another fucking part of your buffoonery. Caught you on that one. Why would he pay me rent if he owned half the house, you moron? You guys could hone in on this if you want. And say something if you want. But I'm really glad that I simulcast this show because you got to hear from yourself with me being live while they were doing this show and doing my commentary on almost every comment that they made. I'm glad that you guys got to listen to this. So, idiots they are, what morons they are, what immoral pieces of shit they are. And Nikko thinks he's better looking than me. I'm 20 years fucking older than that motherfucker. Let me tell you, apples to oranges. The guy admitted he got fucking blown up with a fucking IED. What do you expect out of that? You obviously know what Nikko looks like. The fucking guys. And you know, we don't really wish that on anybody, but it happened. He mentioned it, he showed us. For himself. The guy got blown up from a fucking IED, which is not a funny thing, by the way. It's such his character here. As far as being funny, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. You could feel for the guy, absolutely. Who the hell expected that to happen? But it did happen. It did happen. And as a result of it, he got disfigured. But how dare him come on and say he's better looking than me? And I got 20 years on him. And I'm still looking pretty good for my age. You've seen my videos with me on camera. I'm still better looking than him. And they're both talking about my health. Well, now they become my physicians. Now they're my physicians. They know about my health. Let me tell you about my health. I'm in better shape than they are. Much better. Given the age compared to Nikko, he's 20 years younger than me. I'm still kicking, and I'm kicking real good. Okay? Only fate will tell me straight on when I'm going to go. These goobers don't have a fucking clue. It has nothing particularly to do with age. It has to do with health. And I've got a clean bill of health. Do I smoke? Yeah, I do. I make it public. I don't drink. But Nikko doesn't talk about how much he drinks. There's always drinks involved when he gets up in the morning. That's what he does. He drinks a lot. That's how he copes with his disability. It's his coping mechanism. That Popeye's talking about that I take alprazolam. Yes, I do. So what's the problem? What about it? It's the only thing that helps me sleep. Bottom line. What's the big gig about that? What's the big ado about that? How many medicines does Nikko take? How many medicines does Popeye take? They're not going to tell you. I pretty much think that Nikko is either pre-diabetic or he's straight out diabetic. Popeye is probably anemic. He's not active. He's a little younger than me. He's not active. He gets on this... He don't go out for walks. He gets on his electric scooter. That's all he does. He gets on his fucking electric scooter to go to bingo at a supermarket. Oh, I went out hiking today. Yeah, on his electric scooter. I did 30 kilometers. As long as the battery held up, that's what he did. That's what he did. He sits there and watches fucking soap operas all day. And all he can talk about is his fucking past. But his fucking Navy. Navy, 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 Navy. Fuck the Navy. Fuck the Navy. That was 4 fucking decades ago, dude. Live your life currently. Fuck the Navy. I did a lot of shit in my past, but I don't talk about all of it. I'm not dwelling on my past. I'm concentrating on my present, which is a common sense thing to do. Concentrate on your present. Fuck your past. Your past is over with. It's done with. You're living your life vicariously, Robert Clausen, through your career in the Navy. That's gone. That's over with. The whore that you met and married, that's over with. She left you too. Okay? It's done. Move on with your fucking life, Popeye. Go fucking rent the whore like everybody else does out there. At least get laid. You don't have fucking purple balls like you do. Get laid. It might change your attitude. It might. I don't know how much. But it might put a smile on your grimace face. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And we'll be talking another time. I hope you enjoyed the simulcast because that was the greatest thing that happened in a while. I wanted to do the simulcast. You guys heard for yourself what Nikko and Popeye had to talk about. All lies. My girlfriend even honed in on this. All lies, they told. Nikko never said nothing like that to me on the ferry. Everything was cordial. That's who I am. I'm a cordial, social person. To say I walk like a fucking crab, he never said I walk like a crab, but that's what he was inferring. Hey, I'm not perfect, but I don't fit the description that he put out on me. But you've seen him on camera, all of them. And you've seen all of me on camera. And to make those supposed observations of me, that I'm this and I'm that, a little bit on the hyperbole, wouldn't you say, Nikko? Seriously. And that Barry's taller than me? Oh, please, please, take a bet. Take a bet. I just wish we can get all of us together. That's going to be impossible with Barry. But Gigante knows. Talk to him. Talk to anybody who's met me or has met Barry. Review the TGIF show if you can get a hold of it again. And you remember all the comments on there. People were saying that they didn't know Barry was that short. He was leaning over the bar, looked like a little dwarf. Something on a Disneyland show or something. A goblin, a hobgoblin. I guess that's where he got the name. Fact versus fiction, folks. Fact versus fiction. But I'm glad I had this show today, and I'm glad I simulcast it, because that told all. I'm very happy with the results. Thank you very much. Very happy with it. Nikko, you've proved yourself to be the scumbag you are. That's why you don't have a big following. That's why I had 35 people compared to your 9 or 8 or 10. That's your best. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes Popeye. At least we've established that. I think everybody's always known that, but sometimes it's nice to exemplify the bullshit that's about. You're lucky to get any woman to be with you at all, unless you pay for it. There seems to be a lot of that shit going on YouTube with these so-called real men. He dresses, talks like a gangster. He's fucking 50 years old. Grow up, Nikko Rodriguez. Fucking grow up. Grow fucking up. The fucking braided hair, the tattoos, the fucking language you speak. Like you're a fucking street gangster. Grow the fuck up. That's my show.